I'll drive the plane right now.
You guys look nice and cozy.
Okay.
I learned from Mark.
She'll back her.
Right there. Anyways, my name's Tiffany. Pretty lazy. I'm a texter. I text. Because, I don't have time. I don't have time to dial the 7 digits. But I do have 58 minutes and 46 seconds to figure out why T9 doesn't have the word golfing in it. But I text so much that when I see I have a missed call, I freak out. I'm like, someone is dead. Someone is dead, or the plague is back, or, I don't know, there's some evil scientist in a remote island, probably off the coast of Chile, because it's Chile. Nobody would be like, oh, it's Chile. But they're there, cloning rabbit, ostrich-like creatures to attack the world, and everybody's dead, and they're coming after me. Turns out my grandma just wanted to know if I got the slippers she knitted me. I did. But texting or no texting, I hate words. I do. I hate words, I hate big words, and I hate people who use big words because they're just doing it to make you look stupid. Like the other day, not the other day, a while ago, this is a true story by the way, somebody left a voicemail on my phone that included the word extradite. Now, I do not watch Law & Order, so I do not know what this word means. But I'm like, you know what, Tiffany? You're smart. Dictionary.com that shit. So I did, and I typed it in the little box. And apparently, I don't know, I spelled it wrong, but dictionary.com gave me about 550 words I could have possibly meant. I'm like, how the fuck am I supposed to pick out which word I meant if I don't even know what the word means? And that is why I'm dictionary.comming it in the first place, dictionary.com. A couple hours later, I called the dude back, and I'm like, you know what, sir? Not only can I extradite that for you, but I can also give up a fugitive, for example, to another state, nation, or authority. Who's dumb now? But I try to better the world, I do. I'm a recycler. I recycle. I follow the green arrows. I'm also a vegan, which, for those who don't know, means I don't eat animals or their byproducts. And the one thing that pisses me off the most about being a vegan are those dumbass people who come up to me with a pine cone and they're like, oh, here's dinner. And seriously, like honestly, I really don't get mad at a lot of things. Like I consider myself a pretty chill person, but it's this shit that pisses me off because I'm standing here making the ultimate sacrifice, trying to better myself, better the environment that you and your meat breath friends live on, and you're gonna stand there with the pine cone pretending like you know me, when in reality, if you really knew me, you'd realize you didn't cook it properly. I went home recently. Home is Chicago, Illinois, for those of you who care. Yeah. One of them. Great. Anyways, I went home and I have a dog there. She's the light of my life, my one and only friend. She's also 11. She's a boxer. She's not doing so great. She's got really bad arthritis and she can't really walk at all. Her 2 back legs don't work. And so my dad kept trying to talk to me about putting her down. And of course I'm going to object. She's my only friend. And he's like, Tiffany, what are we supposed to do, huh? What are we supposed to do? She can't walk. She can't poop. Well, Dad, I'm sure Grandma gets constipated every now and then, but we're not going to go ahead and kill her, are we? And I'm like, that'd be a weird, awkward conversation with my grandma. Listen, Grandma. Shh, don't talk. Shh. You've been a good grandma. Just wish you could poop. You've been a great grandma. I mean, your cookies were subpar. You might want to work on that. I guess you can't anymore. See you later, alligator. I'm going to hell. Go to hell. Straight to hell in a handbasket. Speaking of hell, my mom's always like, you know what, Tiffany, don't lose your faith, all right? Don't you lose your faith. And I'm like, you know what, Mom? You're correct. You're right. So recently, I started putting a religious meaning to everything I do, and it's been working great for me. Let me tell you about it. When your pen runs out of ink and you're like doing all these ancient Egyptian techniques to get it to work again. You're like fucking shaking it or rolling it or dipping it in soup. Whatever you do, I say stop. All right? I say stop. I think it's a message from the Lord saying what you're writing isn't important. Nay, what you're doing is not important. Now go, my friends. Go and smoke a big bowl and eat a lot of Sun Chips. I took the message. Exactly what I did. I grew up with pretty cool parents, though. They grew up in the 60s and 70s, right on. My dad taught me everything I know about music and love, so, he would teach me about the Beatles, singing about peace, Cat Stevens, singing about peace and a train, and Willie Nelson doing lots of drugs and maybe thinking about peace. But it just made me wonder. I wonder what my generation's going to be teaching their kids about music. And I think it might go a little something like this. Timmy, come here. I'm going to teach you a little thing about music. Come here. Listen, you hear the sweet sounds of Lil Wayne? You hear that? Slapping bitches and sucking dick. Revolutionary, Timmy. Now take this bag of coke and you know what to do. But we do have an issue on our hands, ladies and gentlemen. We have a big issue, and that issue's name is Lady Gaga. Lady Gaga looks a little bit like a 5-year-old ate her art project, felt really sick on the tire swing, threw half of it up but swallowed the rest because she was embarrassed because everybody's like, oh, look at Tracy, she's throwing up. She's like, no, I'm not, and she swallows the rest. And then Tracy goes home, she shits, and she's about to flush, and she's looking at her artsy poop, and she's like, you know what? She carefully lifts it out of the toilet. She's like, this could benefit from some glitter. She throws some glitter on there, a little tinfoil, gives it a leotard, and there you go. Now I'm not saying that I could do, sing, or dress anything like Lady Gaga. I really couldn't say I could do that. I'm not that cocky. But I am saying a very talented 5-year-old finger painter could. Anyways, I've been talking about how I was lazy earlier, but our society is even more lazy. Let me give you a little hint here. The handicap button. Let me walk you through it. The handicap button is there, get this, for people who are handicapped. For people who physically can't open the door themselves. But I still see everyone use it like that is the only means of getting into the building. And I think it's funny when this button breaks. Whoops. Fuck, shit, damn. Well, you know what? I can't care. And the button's broken. No, it's broken. It's broken. No, I can't open the door myself. Why? Because I wrote a phone number down earlier and my arms are still tired. Shit. My kids are in there. Fuck it. Let's just get a Big Mac and Diet Coke on you. Thanks a lot, everybody. I'm Tiffany.